this the hardest Christmas yet to be a farmer in this country? Who better to ask than a farmer himself? Sheep farmer Gareth Wyn Jones on this one this morning. Simple question, Gareth. Is it the hardest winter yet?
Well, it's getting more ridiculous by the day. I think these champagne socialists are targeting the countryside. It's a very sad time to be a farmer, globally, to be honest with you. We're seeing attacks now on the global community, the European farmers, with this influx of imports. We've got inheritance tax here. You know, my father sits in the house behind me. He's 89. He's worked all his life, never had a passport, never bought a new car. He's always invested into the land. And this government is trying to take away the control of the food and making it even difficult for the poorer people in society. And what a lot of people don't understand, that food inflation's going up on a daily basis, and the poorer people can't afford good, nutritious, healthy food to feed their families. And this is all due to the Labour government, because, you know, we can't keep going. I'm going to be out here Boxing Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. I'm going to be out here every day watching after my livestock. I don't want sympathy.
Yeah, no time off,
and I don't want handouts.
Yeah.
All I'm asking, Eamon, I think every other, is a little bit of respect. This government needs to be careful.
You haven't got that respect, my friend, and I feel for you. And I as a former farming reporter, I just couldn't do your job, just couldn't. And you're standing there in the darkness, and there's this little face there shining through. We should really go up on him closer and get rid of us on this so we can see him. But you're out there. What time have you been out from this morning?
There's nothing more important than keeping your money and your identity safe online. And with so many VPN options available, choosing the right one can be pretty daunting. But this video's sponsor, ExpressVPN, is making the choice easier for GB News viewers. ExpressVPN is offering up to 75% off, plus 4 extra months free. That's top-level security from just £2.49 a month, and you're covered by their 30-day money-back guarantee. So just click the link in this video's description or scan the QR code now. Remember, when you're online, you are often sharing personal data, so hackers can steal your information, your passwords, your photos, and your bank details in just seconds. But ExpressVPN encrypts your connection, making it virtually impossible for hackers to access your personal information. So why choose ExpressVPN? Well, it couldn't be easier to use. With just one click, you are protected. And ExpressVPN uses military-grade AES 256 encryption, which is the same standard trusted by the US government to guard their classified information. With their new tiered plans, you can protect up to 14 devices at once and manage passwords securely. Live chat support is available 24/7, and it typically connects you in under a minute with a real person. Click the link in this video's description or scan the QR code to get up to 75% off ExpressVPN, plus 4 months extra for free. Start protecting yourself today with ExpressVPN.
Well, I got up at 4:30, I had a cup of tea, and then I've been out here feeding the cows since then. I've got a few turkeys to clean then for my family and friends later on. And then I'm going around the sheep onto the hill and just making sure everything's all right and get everything fed.
The thing about it is, when Gareth talks about what he does there, it's like we go to the supermarket and we get something in a packet and we open it up and da-da-da-da. He has to get it all ready for that packet. It's real work, it's real graft, and real respect to you, Gareth, from my point of view.
Thank you. And can I say one thing as well, Eamon? Every single government across the world would regret what they've done to the farming communities in years to come, because it's disgraceful. We've got mental health issues, we've got people taking their own lives, and they haven't listened. There's been thousands of farmers protesting down in London, you know, trying to get our opinions across, and they don't even open the door, they don't even listen. It's disgraceful as they're drinking their oatmeal lattes in their ivory towers down in Whitehall. The farmers are still at it every single day trying to produce food
Lauren,
to feed this nation.
Sorry, I should say someone who's actually worked down in Whitehall is Lauren McKevitt, who's in the studio with us here, and she's got a bit of a farming background herself. So I just want to give her a comment so that she can hear what we're talking about here. Lauren.
I couldn't hear him.
No. Sorry.
No.
We forget that.
I know, we forget that you can't hear because we're hearing down our earpieces. But he was saying about, the fact that people who sit in their ivory towers drinking oatmeal milk lattes don't actually understand quite what a farmer does and quite how difficult it is to actually farm.
They absolutely don't. And I think an enormous part of the problem has been the education system for the last 40 years. People aren't educated about food. People aren't educated about the cooking or the preparing of food. There's a break in education between understanding how you're fed, how the land works. Now, to be really clear, I don't have a farming background. I just grew up rurally, and I have a lot of farming friends.
I blame supermarkets for that. They've broken the connection.
It's supermarkets and the education system. You can go into a supermarket and buy lamb, and if you've been educated as to where that lamb comes from, you'll make a good decision.
They don't care where it comes from.
Well, when you go into a supermarket and you make a choice, you should, but the education system doesn't actually prepare you to be able to do that. And part of the problem there is the education system also doesn't prepare you for understanding rural life.
Who is actually going to be the next Gareth? Gareth, that's the question. Are there people lining up in your family or in your neighbourhood or whatever who are saying, I'll be a next generation farmer?
No, there isn't. I've got a son that's keen to come in, but, at this point, he's on the farm working, but we can't give him a decent wage. The scary thing is the majority of farmers are over their 60s and getting older, and in the next 10 years, it's going to be crucial to bring new blood, fresh blood. And who the hell would want to come into this industry as it is now on its knees, not being able to get a real
Gareth,
return.
Sorry to interrupt, Gareth, but I was just wondering, I know that I've got friends who are farmers as well, and they say Jeremy Clarkson has done more for them than almost anybody else.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's been fantastic to showcase. But let's be honest, Jeremy's not a farmer. He's come into the industry. But he has put farming onto our mainstream media because, do you know what? Nobody else is showing the farming community struggle like GB News. I'll be honest with you. I've been on GB News since the beginning. When I came on to right at the beginning, people will call me right wing, this and that. And you can see you've built a channel around honesty and integrity. And I can only thank you. And another thing I'd like to say is we need to thank the great British public because they have been behind us. Now, imagine if the farming industry went on strike, people. Imagine if these farmers said, enough is enough. We're going on strike. We're going to start to pull back the food. Imagine what would happen to this country. It would go militant. People would go hungry. There would be shelves that would be empty. We're not going to do that. We're fighting for our industry, but we're fighting for Great Britain. To build a better Britain on our bellies, we need the farming communities working with government. And at this moment, it's not happening. There's a targeted attack on our countryside and things need to change. We need a farming food revolution, and definitely I'm with education to go forward to teach people how to cook, how to eat seasonally and how to find nutritious food from British farms.
Gareth, there'll be people all around the country standing up applauding what you have to say. We can only wish that you have a better new year than the year that has passed and the years that have passed in general. Thank you so much for what you've had to say and for giving us an insight, even though it's in the complete darkness, of shedding some light on what you go through. Good luck, Gareth, to you and your family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, Gareth Wyn Jones.
So sad to listen to.
No, it's awful. It's awful, and the days are just so long, and there's no time for holidays, and no money for holidays, and etc. etc.